Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so huge thank you to Alpha once again. He's got the footage up on looking at how Charlotte works with her advancement stages, of course. So this is going to be pretty crucial to kind of look into, so that way we can get a rough idea on whereabouts we want to go about on duping her out, of course. Again, you know, I understand that some people want to save for Gina. I know some people are saving for Thomas. So, you know, it's completely understandable. But to those that are considering investing into Charlotte, because again, dark types, dark hunters, kind of need that elevation. Charlotte is the DPS look of it all. Now, we will start things off with A5. So obviously it's taken into consideration once that tier 3 basic attack is applied one time, you know, the ultimate then becomes available, increases the dark damage by 15%, increases the ultimate by 70%, and then on top of that we can stack up on increasing the damage on, I believe, the second skill, yeah, and the ultimate, right, through the A5, of course. I will say the second skill really is going to be piling the damage. Kind of makes sense though, kind of makes sense, since it's kind of like the same premise of Harper with the second skill. It can really build up, doing a lot of damage. It seems the second skill is a bit of a build up, so yeah, there's that. But anyway, so just kind of want to quickly go over the passive, so that way we can get an idea on what's being activated. So increasing damage of 60% and then defense increase. So right, taking all that into consideration, let's get things into the advancement show. Yeah, huge thank to Alpha. So he's uploaded the footage on looking at Charlotte in terms of what he was averaging doing multiple runs. So no gears were involved, there's no Harper, so this is basically Charlotte providing herself with the buffs through her advancement play, of course. So A10 with no gear, 16k per, and then ult is averaging around about 1.5 mil. Makes sense, since of course she's also getting the additional stat increase. But here's the thing, I'm not going to be A10 enough. So yeah, there's that. Alright, so A5, everything is in effect. We've got the 15% increase in dark damage. We have got the defense increase, or was it 12%? So that obviously increases and allows her to do more damage overall, since that's what she's scaling off from. Still a bit of a weird one to kind of cater to that, but such is life. And then of course the ultimate damage is going up by 70%. And then the gratitude skill is now being can now be stacked up on, of course. So we've got a lot being provided there, and to average what we're seeing, 14k per, 856, and again this is without gear or Harper's support, of course, and knowing how hard Harper actually hits, because Harper, you know, at times she can, you know, do the damage herself. Yeah, Charlotte is going to be absolutely slapping. So new DPS, Charlotte is going to be providing that piece of damage, that crucial piece of damage that we need, that I need to get my remaining was it 300 essence, so that way I can max out on the 4.5k. So yeah, so A5 kind of expected it to be on the high output, and then when Harper gets involved, yeah, we can like quadruple that output of damage quite easily. Obviously take also into consideration lead Bora's support too, so that's an extra 20% plus a 50% on towards the enemy that we can just pile up on. So there you go, high roll 1 mil right there. That's it. See, that's another thing to take into consideration with all the stats that we can apply. So averaging 850k, again, triple, quadruple that. So A3, so now we've got the A1, which is now making it so that we've got the 15% dark damage and the ultimate increase, of course. So kind of dropping the ball a tad bit, just yeah, by just over 200k, of course. 8k on the average. So yeah, to be fair, averaging at A3 being near enough 700k, that's actually not too bad. That's actually not too bad, to be fair. The key thing with Charlotte is obviously she's working off from the whole dash mechanic. Of course, she needs to get that tier 3 basic attack 2 times from her passive to get that ultimate rock and rolling. And then that will then cater to her Harper help to get that extra 50%. And that then also carries on furthermore on, what was it? Increasing her crit stats, of course. So now with A0, so this is, damn it, okay, I was really hoping for Alpha to drop the A1 here, because right, so A0, 5k average, and then 370k. I mean, it's not too bad, to be honest. Okay, let me see what this average is, let's have a look. 300k, okay, so 3 to 4 we'll say, so 370 on average is kind of what we're looking at, of course. So yeah, not too bad on an A0 mark, but I'm still going to stand by with what I've said before in terms of looking at all the advancements play for Charlotte on which one is the most crucial one, so that way you can maximize her kit. And I stand by saying it. I think, boys, A1 is going to be the biggest advancement play for Charlotte in terms of investments, minimum wise, on where you want to get her. I mean, A0 is not too bad, but you know, with the A1, you are literally cutting it down to make a kit more accessible, more quicker in terms of getting that ult going, getting that extra bit of damage, of course. That would just clearly boost up the average. So I mean, could we pop it to like 440? Could we bump it up there? Possibly. Just again with the averages that Alpha pretty much got in total in terms of running her with no gear and no Harper, of course, and obviously more for the dark support, of course, and just Charlotte alone with her passives. Honestly, I think the biggest advancement play that I highly recommend, just going off from her kit and just kind of making her kit that more better, would be A1. I'm sticking to my gun to say A1 is kind of like the minimum advancement that you really want to cater to in terms of if you're committed to get Charlotte. So going for 2 copies basically, right? Because again, that A1 basically, you know, not only are you getting the increase in the dark damage, which is exactly what you want, right? Because I mean, at the end of the day, Charlotte is there to do damage, so increases dark damage in an overall manner will help out for the dark team, of course, but you're also cutting down and making her kit more quicker on the mark in terms of making it so that the ultimate is more quicker to be available for use, and that then correlates into, again, Harper help gaining that increased damage, because this is going to hit hard. This is going, I mean, because I mean right now, I mean the hammer itself does hit hard itself too, right? Like this weapon does pile up in terms of damage wise. Like you can really pack out some punches with this, of course, and so it's kind of like in that same manner in my eyes, but I think this one's going to absolutely rock the enemy. So yeah, like with A2, again, that's just going to help out with scaling off, right, because you're getting an extra 12%. Again, same as Harper, the ultimate increase, I mean, again, that's not too bad. A4, I mean, this is going to be pretty, I mean, to be fair, this kind of caters more to with what's going on here, but that's all the way at A4, and yeah, it's just going to require way too much. If people, I mean, if you want to go that far, then by all means, but with all that's coming up, yeah, it's best to not go too overboard, especially when these girls will be in the custom draw banner during the half anniversary. Just put it out there, as I said. And then A5, again, this is just a full-on push for the ultimate as well as the second skill. That second skill, once you get to A5, that is just going to be piling on some good damage. I can't wait for that. But yeah, so again, huge thanks to Alpha on providing that key look. So that way we can see on what she's averaging, of course. So, hey, look, there's damage to be done with Charlotte, clearly. In my eyes, she's going to outdo Beast, so I'm going to go for her. And my goal, yeah, A1. A1 is where we're going to try. I mean, yeah, if for whatever reason the game wants to be generous, then we'll shoot for A3. This is for me now, personally. But I highly recommend if those that are going to go for Charlotte, if you're a low spender, if you're free to play. Actually, if you're free to play, you know what, I'm gonna have to separately talk about this, because if you can only go for one, which would it be? I've got an idea on who I would suggest. I'll probably do that next, though, to be honest. But yeah, A1 is kind of like the sweet spot. We'll say that. We'll say that. Yeah. So she's gonna be releasing in 2 days' time, Charlotte. I can't wait because I need dark power. I need dark damage. So that's all I care for. I don't care about the character. I don't care about the appearance. I'm just gonna close my eyes on that one. I'm just gonna look at the kit, and I need the power. That being said, should you dupe out Charlotte? Yeah, just get her to A1. If you're summoning for her. If you're not, or if you don't care about her, or if you're like, oh, should I go for A0? At that point, I'll just say skip. At that point, I'll just say skip. If you have no intentions on getting her to A1, just forget about it. Forget about it. Unless you just want it, and then you plan on getting A1 during the half anniversary, then I mean, yeah, you could do that, or save your crucial tickets for Gina and Thomas.